let's face it, at one stage or another in our lives, we have felt overwhelmed, like we have so much stuff on our plate, there are so many things for us to do, and we just have absolutely no idea how we're going to get it done. So to prevent ourselves from getting into that state, feeling that pressure that comes with being overwhelmed, I want to share with you 11 tips to prevent you from getting to that point in the first place. If it's your first time here, I'm Melanie Weber, and my channel is all about helping you develop your professional and personal lives that you absolutely love, because I'm a true believer that you don't have to sacrifice success in your professional life for success in your personal life. So if that really resonates with you, then please do hit that subscribe button below and the bell notification so you get notified when I come out with other videos just like this one. And while you're down there, check out the link below in the description of this video on how you can earn a full-time income online from home. So as not to waste any more time, let's dive into the 11 tips. With tip number 1 being to remember that you are your own competition. And what I mean by that is, as humans, we have the tendency to compare ourselves to other people, whether it be what they have or what they've done in their personal life or in their professional life. And that really doesn't serve us well at all. Yes, we can compare ourselves with the viewpoint of being inspired or looking up to other people and modeling what they've done so as we can achieve that ourselves. But it has a really detrimental effect if we compare ourselves to them and then start thinking, well, I don't have all of that, what's wrong with me? So stop comparing yourself to other people and just focus on being the best version of you. Tip number 2 is to stop trying to multitask. In multitasking, we tend to think that by dedicating our time to more than one task, that we're actually being more productive. But the opposite is actually true. Our brain is divided across several tasks, so what actually happens is that we don't end up doing any of those tasks really well. So we're much better off just focusing on one task and doing that one task to the best of our ability. Tip number 3 is to be present in the moment. It is very easy for us to slip into dwelling on why it is that we are feeling overwhelmed. Why is it that we haven't got this stuff done already? So there's nothing we can do about the past. The past is in the past. Focus on what we can do right now, and that will serve us much better than trying to change what has already happened. Tip number 4 is to prioritize the tasks that you have to do and to do the easy ones first. It probably sounds a little bit counterintuitive to stop feeling overwhelmed. We tend to think we need to always focus on the tough stuff first, but by doing the simple things first when we are feeling overwhelmed, gives us that feeling that we've gotten something done and releases those feel-good hormones, which then encourages us to then tackle the more difficult tasks. Tip number 5 is to simply breathe. Or if you prefer, you can meditate as well. It will have the same impact. Sometimes one of the best ways that we can start thinking more clearly and relax is one of the simplest. So just simply breathe. Tip number 6 is to recognize if there is anything that is on your plate that can be done by someone else. So if you can delegate any tasks, delegate any responsibilities, then make sure that you do that. Sometimes we like to hold on control to things and think that no one else can do it as well as we can. And although that may be a little bit true, sometimes imperfect is a lot better than not done. So anything that you can delegate to someone else, make sure that you push it their way. Tip number 7 is to plan. And I'm not saying that your lack of planning has gotten you to this point, but by taking a step back, writing down what you have to achieve and scheduling in blocks as to when you're going to achieve it, then it gives you that reassurance, that relief that you do actually have a plan to accomplish what you have to do. Tip number 8 is to change your mindset. to get out of thinking, oh, I can't do this. This is all too hard. Oh, stupid me for getting myself into this mess in the first place. And replacing those thoughts with, I have a plan, I can do this. I know what I have to achieve and I'm going to get it done by X time. I can stay focused, I can stay focused, I can stay focused. And the reason I say to do this is because our brain believes exactly what we tell it. So if we only fill it with negative thoughts, then we're going to stay in the mess that we're in. Whereas if we fill it with positive thoughts, with encouraging thoughts, then that helps motivate us, helps push us forward to actually get the work done. Tip number 9 is to celebrate, and it could be the simplest of things that you celebrate. Something as simple as staying focused on a task for half an hour and getting it done. That is something to give yourself a pat on the back for and will motivate you to continue working hard and staying focused on what you've got to do. Tip number 10 is to keep perspective. Keep everything in perspective and acknowledge that this is just a point in time. It is not the entirety of your life, so long as you don't let it be. So remember, you will move through this uncomfortable period. Yes, you will, and get back on track to operating at your normal way of working. And tip number 11, last but certainly not least, is that if you find yourself feeling the effects of things being on top of you longer than what is normal for you, or you don't see that there is any way out of the predicament that you are in, then make sure that you see professional help. Have the courage to talk to someone about your situation so that they can help you and get you back to feeling good, feeling positive, and in control of your life. There is definitely no harm in getting some support with that, so ensure that you do reach out to someone for that help if you need it. So there you have my 11 tips on how you can help yourself from feeling the effects of being overwhelmed or feeling overloaded or stressed. I certainly hope it has been of value to you. If you have any tips of your own on how you prevent yourself from feeling overwhelmed or under the pump, then I would love to hear them. So please do leave them in the comments below. Also too, if you think someone else might benefit from watching this video, then don't hold back, share the love and be sure to share this video with them. Thank you so much again for watching, and until I see you on my next video, I hope you take the greatest of care.